Hello, hello, hello! I've missed you all so very much. So I did recall a long time ago, I did make a video about recovering the Far Cry series. And we are finally back around to covering the Far Cry series, so this is gonna be really fun. Like I've said before in the past, I only played up to Far Cry 5, so I can only give my personal opinions and expertise up to 5, and then we can't go any further than that because I haven't played the games, and I feel that I should at least give something a try on my own merits before I actually start to deconstruct it, because if I don't, it's disingenuous. So this is the Far Cry 4 video, and I'm sure you've noticed that this is a defense video where Far Cry 3 was an opposition of video, and there is a reason for that. But really quick, we have to get this out of the way. The patrons, the subscribers, and anybody who's happened to stumble across this video, thank you so much for coming to my very long TED Talk. Lord knows I wouldn't be able to do this without you. To my editor, thank you so very much. Lord knows I definitely couldn't do this without you because I am a bad editor. And thank all of you again so very much for coming to this video. It means a lot. Back to the show. So the reason why Far Cry 4 is actually a defense video, as I'm sure you've seen the title of, it is a defense video for two reasons. One, this defense video follows the main character, AJ Gale, right? Or as the people in the game call him, Ajay Gali, which I'm like, okay, I guess so, but go off. And why it works from a story perspective for him. And also number two is because this actually does touch on a third world country going through it and how they actually outright show you the deplorable state of things. What I mean by this is AJ Gale was born in the fake fictional country of Kyrat to his mother and the rebel leader Mohan, who you don't see because he's dead. You also don't see his mother because she died before the game starts. That's the whole reason AJ Gale is even in Kyrat. He's there because her final wish was to go back home to this fake fictional country to have her ashes put, well, basically you don't find it out till later, but put with her daughter that she had with the main quote-unquote villain, Pagan Min. For the record, Pagan Min is a villain. Asterisk on this. He is a villain that is said to be a dictator, but he is very rarely, if you find all the little, pieces of paper and, snippet of background, he's not ever really in Kyrat. He has it, but he is a Chinese national who's just there being a dictator for giggles, technically. Realistically, right? But you playing as AJ, you don't know any of that. And then, right, it's like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I would maybe run too if a crazy man pulled over the bus I was on in a foreign country and then took me via helicopter to a secondary location, sat me down and told me to eat what is basically questionable crab rangoon, and then went off to go torture the guy that came, with me to get me to where I wanted to be. I probably would run too, for no other reason than there's gotta be a way out of here, right? This speaks more towards actual human interaction and human thought process than any of the other Far Cry games I think I've ever played. Again, I've only played up to 5, but. And the game, as you're playing it, because it is rebel fighters fighting Pagan Min, you come to find out that a lot of them live in what I'm only going to count as Himalaya-esque, Nepal region stuff. So they're in not exactly, towns. They're still towns, but they're not towns as what Americans would consider towns. They're, way out in the boonies kind of towns. But these are people who, if you actually sit and listen to them, while you're wandering around in the towns, assuming you're not trying to just get from one point to another, it's just people who realistically are upset about the current state of things, where they're no longer allowed to practice any of the stuff that they normally practice because Pagan Min is just outright being a bitch. Realistically, that's all it is. As much as I like Pagan Min because they tried to recapture the Voss energy, which I'm not even mad about, right? Voss was fun. They tried to do this with Pagan Min, and he is fun, but not, Voss fun. I can appreciate what they were trying to do, is what I'm trying to say. But this game actually makes it a point of telling you it doesn't matter who you pick, even if you let Pagan Min live at the end of the game, the country is still going to be ruined, because no matter which of the two rebel leaders you pick, right, you can go with the girl option, right, and she's going to turn it into a drug state. You go with the guy option, and he turns it into mega extreme religion where the marriage of young children is encouraged, which is fucking creepy, you pedo. No offense either. But, Sabal, right, when he's arguing with, Anita? Yeah, her name is Amita. Pagan Min Amita Yuma, who is Pagan's right-hand, person, Reggie, who's a guy that's just on the radio that you get to hear a lot of. Anyway, but if you choose Sabal, it's extreme religion. If you choose Amita, it's an extreme drug state where she actually uses everybody to produce drugs to become a country that's all their money is coming from. So realistically, this is a game that specifically talks about no matter what choice you pick, you lose. Because if you let Pagan Min live in the game, right, if that's the option you pick, like you finally get through the game and you have the choice to kill him or not, if you kill him, the other, whatever option you pick, Sabal or Amita, still comes to fruition. If you let him live and he leaves the country to you, and the game ends. And you don't even get to know if you make a good leader, because that's not how this game plays out. Yeah, no, this game doesn't play out where you get to be a good leader and make changes to make everybody happy. This game is just, you get to be the leader and the story ends there. It's telling you without actually, being mean about it. You don't get to see if you're actually a good leader or not. And the implication of that is, you're not supposed to know, because you have been strung along this entire time by either Amita or Sabal to do basically their bidding and like their little side quests. Because whichever one you pick to back up, the other one doesn't even become a main priority until they tell you to go. Like if you get Sabal, he tells you go kill Amita because he doesn't want competition. Same thing if you pick Amita, she tells you go kill Sabal. Because they know that if the other one lives, it's gonna cause conflict and it's gonna come back later to bite them. I don't know about you, but in it, I could never pick Sabal because of just the underage girls, right? And the marriage of them. I was like, sorry, dude, automatically, when somebody plays the pedophile card, you have no other recourse except to prove to me that you're not. And you have not done that. So I can never, every time I've ever played 4, I know what Amita is going to do, but I can't get behind Sabal because, no, my guy, all I can think of is the American, documentaries of cults and, A Million Wives. That's all I can ever think of, and then it makes me mad uncomfy, and then I don't want to do it. Sorry. It's nothing against anybody, it's just, if that's the country of origin in which you grow up, good, I guess. I just have a lot of uncomfy feels about it. But that's personal. Anyway, the reason why Far Cry 4 is a defense video is because for all that Far Cry 4 tries really hard to tell you, it does actually look you in the face and explains to you that this is a third world country and you're stuck in it because you can't go home because there's no direct flights or anything into the fake country of Kyrat. It's kind of like the real world equivalent is like North Korea or Cuba. Americans don't have passage to there, you can't get there. So if you want to go there, well, maybe not Cuba, I think that's been changing lately. Don't take 1,000% for Cuba, but that 1,000% like North Korea. If you absolutely think that you want to go there, you can't even get there directly. You'd actually have to go to an entirely different country that will let you get there. And even then, once you get there, they can't even get you in through plane because that's not how this works. They literally have to drive you in, assuming they can drive you in. It's one of those kinds of countries. And it works. Oh my god, it works really, really well because of what they're doing, but at the same time, it really doesn't work because of what they're doing. It doesn't work for 2 reasons. Number 1, it doesn't work is because, how did you get here, AJ? I'm just super curious about it. And number 2, sorry mom, I know this is your last will and everything, but I don't even think I could ship you over there to get you where you wanted to go. But again, right, that's me nitpicking. that's me nitpicking. But the game itself as a whole is really, really good, except for the weird drug scenes. Like, those scenes freaked me out so much, and I was like, you know what, I have bad eyesight, so bad CGI and this, like, neon psychedelic stuff, it hurts my eyes so much that I don't even want to play it. I had to give the controller, actually, when Celestial, the editor, would come over to hang out, I'd be like, I need you to beat this level for me, because I can't. He would make fun of me for it. And I make fun of him for his bad gameplay on his Twitch, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, the game is actually really good. If you're trying to get into the, oh, but they didn't do stuff this way and I'm super mad about it, you guys need to take a chill pill. Realistically, you do. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. Please, embrace the game for what it is. Let it stand on its own merits. I beg of you. Granted, this is coming out and the game has long since been over, but I just wanted to put my 2 cents of Far Cry 3, yeah, no, I can nitpick about it. Ooh, I can nitpick about it. Far Cry 4, I'm not really going to nitpick about it because there are countries like this that are being held in the stranglehold of dictators and rebels are trying to fight for their freedom. Venezuela. But again, that's just a personal thing. And yeah, that's all I've got. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Bye!